Tell them run it up. I wake up. Yeah.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now.
Check.
No drip, just wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I
stretch.
Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now.
Check.
No drip, just wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no
rest.
Might crash, might wreck, but first I
stretch.
Tell them run it up.
9
out of 10, roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady.
Greetings. We are here. Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Supporters.
Happy New Year, everyone.
We got Coach Fritz, Coach Tisha, Coach Stud, Coach Julius Hall. We may have someone else joining us, and specifically because he called me about some stuff today, and he is an alumnus of Savannah State University, but he called me about some stuff. So, but he's not here. That's Spotted T. Spotted T would know Adrian Houston. He might remember Julius Hall, and so he might be able to clear up some of the lies that Julius Hall got in the book about one Jamal Touré. But this is Ebony Sports Reports. Glad to have y'all here. We say share, share, share. And so we just go around and just, hear from folks because y'all hadn't seen them in well over a month right now. So Coach Tisha and Coach Fritz, how y'all feeling?
Feeling great.
Feeling great. Happy New Year to everybody.
All is well.
All the best.
What's that you got on, Mr. Hall?
What you think it is? What you think it is? What look like you? What look like you? What you got to respect the game.
We starting the year off feisty, aren't we?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. What you think it is? You see it?
Oh, that's one of the teams.
So when we go on break, you're gonna have another one for the other teams.
Right.
Oh my God.
Okay,
right.
I'll do the same thing.
Right.
So Coach Stud, how are things for you? Because again, this is the first live show of the year.
Things going well thus far this new year, 2024. Happy and glad to be back.
All right. So Coach Julius Hall.
I'm trying to figure out who Tony Spider T. You can't see his face, so he must be. Is that Nick Saban? Bill Belichick? Who the hell that is back there? We can't see who that is.
Mike Vrabel.
we about to introduce him. But yeah, you just all right. Because in the house joining us tonight, because again, that's why we gonna tweak how the agenda. Because we got my boy, my brother, one of the people who make me who I am. I know y'all going to say Julius Hall. Julius Hall said he found me in the corner in the SJ office. Now he tell everybody Spotted T. He tell everybody, he found me in the office crying up there.
Wow.
And he had to pick me up. And Spotted T know Adrian Houston, everybody, Terry Enoch, Hopi, everybody like Grant, everybody. Spotted T, our boy in the house. So Spotted T, glad to have you join. And who are you, Spotted T?
Spider froze, man.
Oh, okay. Oh, Spider
was that
froze.
Tony?
Okay.
That big introduction.
Tony. Was that Tony?
Introduction.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah. So yeah. So. But all right. Well, we'll move on. He'll come back on because it's something. Because he called me today. And I like, oh my God. He called me. I like, I asked him, could he come on? I wanted him to come on. So yeah. So we're gonna do this right here. Coach's Corner, because there's a whole lot going on. They talk about Black Monday regarding coaches. It's been Black Monday, Black Tuesday, Black Wednesday, Black Thursday, all that. And so Coach's Corner, the first one we're gonna come to is FAMU. Because we understand that Willie decided to go on to Duke. He's going on to Duke. So that man's opening for Fam, because there's some other controversy over Texas Southern too. But we ain't getting all that because we got all this other stuff. And so now FAMU, there's a little situation going on. Some of them are saying we need to have some recompense with regard to the head coach for the football team and also for the AD. So, Coach Stud, what's your thoughts about this? What's going on down that side in Tallahassee in the heights of the Seven Hills?
When I first heard about Willie Simmons going to take the job to be a running back coach at Duke, I was hoping that he would stay at FAMU because of what he had done. But I know they dreamed is the coach in a Power 5 conference. I felt like a head coaching job would have came open for him in a Power 5 conference had he stayed in place. But now he's gone. I would like to see them promote within. And if not, I like Bubba McDowell out at Perry View, but it's going to be hard to get him away from there. He's a UM grad, defensive-minded coach. He's been out there 11 years. I would like to see him. They don't promote within, hire within. I would like to see him hire Bubba McDowell from Perry View.
All right. Coach Fritz, Coach Tisha.
I mean, like you said, why not hire within? Should you look within first before you start looking outside? I would think, but they don't do things the way they used to do things. I heard somebody talk about gatekeepers not too long ago, but that was another topic. My bad.
All right. So, Coach Julius Hall.
Well, I'd like to see them reach right into the state and grab Coach Stud, Coach Eric right there, go down there and be FAMU coach. That's what you want to see him fired up. That's the football coach right there that I want to see down there. And we can make you the AD.
Okay.
You the AD, Jamal. Y'all know sports. They say they got to try something new. They got to put some pep in it. You know what I'm saying? They got it where they need it at right now. They just got to keep it going now. Bring Coach Stud in there. And I'm telling you, them players going to be motivated. They're going to want to play for a coach like that. And then with you, hey.
I will certainly be interested.
That would be nice.
Very nice.
That's right. We'll strike again.
That's right.
All right. So, we're going to move on. It's just that where to start at. Well, we're going to start with this Nick Saban. Nick is gone. Nick threw it out there. Bam. You had that explosion. Nick Saban is not leaving. And we said, all y'all checking out the show, share. And Nick Saban is leaving. Some people have some thoughts as to why Nick is leaving, because it's a new era now with regards to the NILs, transfer portal. Even Dion came and said, hey, college football is no longer the same type of joy for Nick. And so, we're going to deal with that. Nick, your thoughts on Nick Saban, what's going on, what happened, and who should replace him, And, because some of the students are saying, they don't want no Dabo. They don't want no Dabo. They don't want Dabo at all. Not at all. They don't want Dabo at all. So, Coach Julius Hall, what's your thoughts on the whole Nick Saban saga and Alabama?
Well, it surprised me because I thought Nick was comfortable there, making $9-10 million a year plus incentives. I thought that he would stay and just collect that easy money. But he said they say it's some pressure down there, even if you lose one game. But I don't think it's that much pressure on him. I think he can lose 2 or 3 games for 2 or 3 years and not have no pressure. You don't fire the greatest coach, so he walked away when he wanted to. But it's just surprising. I don't know whether he's going to end up in the NFL or just retiring on commentate from now on. So it remains to be seen. But it was just surprising to me. Nick saw that he can't get that unfair advantage no more because of the transfer portal and because of the NIL agreements. So I guess he figured everything was on a level playing field now.
Okay. Coach Stud.
Well, that came to me as the biggest shock out of all the coaching being fired and coaching moving. That was the biggest shocker. But just like Coach Hall said, with the NIL and the transfer portal, that playing field is level now. But I don't think he'll coach no more. Maybe he was just burnt out. I look for him to go into commentating, That was definitely a shocker there.
Okay.
And I can understand him going after Dabo. Dabo is out of Pelham, Alabama, and he got ties there in Alabama. I can see him making a big push for Dabo. Now, whether he would be interested in leaving Clemson, that remains to be seen. But I can see him going after the homegrown boy there in Alabama.
But some people are screaming. They say, no Dabo, no Dabo. They had a little protest about that. So, Coach Fritz, Coach Tisha, what's your thoughts?
Very surprised.
Totally agree, though. I was surprised until I heard that there was like a little argument, though, right before he announced that he was going to retire. They were on some type of conference call, and they said it got a little testy. And then the next thing you know, he announced his retirement. So then I started to believe, like, well, yeah, maybe it does have a little bit to do with not having the control like he would normally have. They probably told him, listen, it's not going to be like it used to be. These are going to be the new rules, and you're going to have to abide by them. And I think he was like, nah, I'm out.
I'm out. They caught me by surprise, but he'll be he'll be good as a commentator.
I mean, he's on the Pat McAfee show every week, so yeah.
I don't think that's what happened. I don't think you can't talk to Nick Saban that way.
Well, true, and that's why I believe there was an argument why he was like, okay, I don't have to agree with what you guys are saying or the way
whoever he was arguing with, he has the power to get rid of.
Oh, okay.
Nick Saban is just that big. He's the biggest thing in college football.
Yep.
Well, it'll be interesting if he does take another job.
Really?
I feel like if he takes another job, then he didn't agree with whatever changes that was coming down the pipeline and felt like, listen, I could do things better elsewhere.
Right.
And I'm about to throw something out there right now. Coach Stug gonna get upset about this. And some of y'all, I got to throw it. And it all got connection to Coach Stud. Coach Stud, some people are saying that they are looking at and consider Mike Norvell. They're thinking about Mike Norvell from FSU coming over there. That's what people throwing out there. I had said something to myself, and just some other people went and threw it on out there too. Some people would say Urban Meyer, because they said Alabama got to have somebody that got a name just like that, so they can keep them recruits. But then also, if not, going to the transfer portal. So, what's y'all thoughts about who's going to be the next coach at Alabama? Coach Tisha and Coach Fritz.
Well, some of the kids that have already stated that they were going there have changed their minds since he's made this announcement. So whoever they get, if they don't have, somewhat of the power like what he has, it's not going to be looking too good.
If they don't have the clout, Alabama's going to be down for a couple of years.
Yeah. But I was shocked to see so quickly the amount of kids that were already like, oh, yeah, nah, we withdrawing. I was like, he just made the announcement. Y'all already withdrawing?
All right. Coach Julius Hall.
Well, one thing you can bet your ass on, it ain't going to be a black man.
Oh, for sure. That goes without saying.
And that's just how it is in Alabama. I'm gonna tell you one of the things that bothered me when I saw how bad my quarterback was playing in that game. I don't know whether the argument came from that particular part that they should have been in that because they would have gave Michigan a better game. I think that I probably would have those last 4 downs when he got him down there. I'd have took that boy out of the game. Mm-hmm. I definitely wouldn't have called that quarterback sneak because it hadn't worked all night. So I don't know what the hell they were thinking about. And the boy just didn't execute that play to his fullest potential either. So I blame a whole lot of that on the boy. And Nick probably got mad because they were blaming him for having that for calling that play or something. And that's probably what the argument was about. Mm-hmm. And Nick probably stood up. He elected Tommy Tuberville. Tommy Tuberville was an undercover racist at Auburn all that time. And then he gonna get to Congress and he really showed us who he really is, But yeah, that's my thoughts.
That part, the last part, that's for the rabble.
I mean, it correlates with this because Tommy Tuberville was right there grooming all these athletes and everything, and acting like he was cool with everything and understood their plight, and then he gets to Congress and now he's an asshole. So no, it correlates right here with where we at. We want to make sure Nick Saban ain't going to Congress next and be the asshole.
Well, you ain't said nothing when Vince Dooley was gonna go, but see how Julius Hall is prejudicial. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. See that? So, Coach Stud.
Let me piggyback on Coach Hall there. Tommy Reese, the offensive coordinator, called that play on 4th down, but Nick Saban also had on the headset, and he heard the play. Him being the head coach, he could have overruled it, but he chose not to. Offensive lineman actually leg whooped the quarterback, but I don't think it had a chance of getting in there even if he didn't. Michigan just had them stud tackles in there, that beef in there, in the trenches. That's why Michigan whooped Washington. We'll talk about that a little later on. They whooped them in the trenches. But anyway, let's go back to these coaches. My cousin called me today and told me that, who was also an FSU fan. It's going to have to be a big name coach now. This is the University of Alabama now, one of the most powerful alumni in the country.
Yes. That
pay that NIL money and don't mind paying it. They just want wins. I don't see him getting Mike Novell, but I didn't see Jimbo leaving. Then I later learned that his wife was having an affair with a trainer there, and it was embarrassment there in Tallahassee. But he voted for what, $75 million. We all got a price now. So they may get him, but it's going to be a proven commodity coach. The alumni not going to stand for just some unproven joker coming in there right now. The bar just too high in Tuscaloosa right now. Mm-hmm. The bar is set real high. Nick Saban was an outstanding recruiter. I knew when they said, boy, them recruits from the turn away now. And that's what happening, Coach Tisha say that's what's happening, But we'll just have to see who they get. May get Urban Meyer. He's proven on the collegiate level. Didn't do nothing with the Jaguars we'll see how it pan out, though.
Yeah. So we'll move on because Spider T said he got Wi-Fi connection. He's troubleshooting it right now. But then we're going to move on to this. I got to throw this out. Why would you not give Marshawn the ball? 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 Coach Stubb, why would you not give Marshawn the ball?
Pertaining to that Super Bowl play, right? I just couldn't understand. I thought he actually had wagered against his own team.
Really?
That was my thought. That was my thought when I seen it. I was like, are you kidding me? That's what I actually thought he did. I never could. Boy slipped inside and intercept that ball. He should have been gone then. Had he not been Pete Carey, he would have been gone then.
Coach Tisha and Coach Fritz, why would you not give Marshawn the ball?
Ego.
And this is why all these years later, even Marshawn is still talking about it.
And laughing at him. He's like, I walked up and laughed at him. You try to give the play to Russell because Russell's supposed to be the face of the franchise. He threw a pick, lost the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So you feed the beast. That's what you were supposed to do. You would have had 2 championships. It wouldn't have been, it wouldn't have been no questions now.
I mean, when you listen to the way Marshawn even talks about him, it always, to me, appears that you only see in one side of him. You see what he shows you on camera, but how he is in the workplace, not the same. And I think that's why the respect still isn't there all these years later.
Okay. Coach Julius Hall, Seattle Seahawks were one of your teams at one time. They were your team, but they were one of your teams to just call you had after NFL. The Seattle Seahawks. Why did your boys not give Marshawn the ball?
I don't remember them being one of my teams, but for clarity, they were not. But it was bigger than all of that to me. I was disappointed because they kept letting Brady win Super Bowls that he shouldn't even been in. The man went about 4 Super Bowls that he shouldn't have been in. And because they kept letting him out, letting him off the ringer. Sack one time that would have killed him that they didn't get. He ducked out of the snow off of the field when against the Raiders, I believe that was. That play right there was the biggest heartbreak ever, and that hurt me. That hurt me because I everybody know you ain't been able to stop this guy the whole game, and you don't give him the ball 1 yard, and you gonna throw on the 1 yard line when you got Marshawn Lynch 1 yard, the beast, and you do that. No, he should have been gone. You're right. He should have been fired right then.
All right. So that's what we now come to. So, Coach Julius Hall, did you see this happen? Did you see this happen that he will be removed as the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks? Did you see this happen?
No, I didn't. I thought they would let him just lay back and continue to build that team. It surprised me that they would let him go. I figured they would let Sean Payton go in Denver first.
Which they should.
Okay. All right. So, Coach Stud, did you see this happen? Did you foresee this right here?
No, I didn't consider the time that he had been there. But these owners now, they want to win. They want to go deep into postseason and possibly be right there for the championship. And if you're just not getting that done now, what we did in the past can only carry us so far. These owners want production now. And sometimes your team players can actually turn on you. As you saw Jimmy Johnson getting inducted into the Cowboys Ring of Honor when he said that Charles Haley and them thought he was an a-hole to Terry at that time, but they never turned on him.
Right.
They went 1-15 and dominated the Niners, basically. He said they never turned on him, and that jumped out to me in his speech there. Yeah.
Okay. Coach Fritz, Coach Tisha.
I was shocked, but once I started, paying attention to what he was saying afterwards, look at how long he lingered on the field after the game was over. It's almost as if he knew that was going to happen. I think once they didn't make it this year, especially because of Geno, I think once they put all their chips for Geno, it was like, all right, I'm going to believe you that you could turn Geno around. We all know where Geno started and where he ended. And once that didn't happen, once Pete convinced him to get rid of Russell, he had to take them to the Super Bowl this year. And if not, it's like, okay, why are we keeping you again?
I didn't see this coming with all the injuries he had this year. It's not, when like Coach Stud said, it's about wins. So they don't look at this player was down, that player was down, the running back was out for 2 games. Was out for a couple. And then I think the offensive line was a little weak because they were getting that.
They needed some more oomph to them. Like they needed to me like 1 or 2 more players, especially on the offensive line, and then maybe they could have gone a little further. But
the defense the defense was middle.
Yeah, the defense could keep them numbers down.
No, there wasn't that like what we used to, the Legion of Boom. So that's a tell sign, for disaster for you to get, the coach to be leaving.
Yeah, I thought they were really on the up, really, Fritz. I thought that they would stick with that because I thought that Geno was elevating and they were getting to that. They weren't Super Bowl ready this year, but I figured in a couple of years, Seattle would be something to deal with. You get the right players in there.
But I think with Geno getting hurt too much,
that
kind of sent them in a different way after that.
That derailed it.
I will share this with y'all. I have the power to read minds. And I read the mind of Coach Julius Hall, and he said, I can't believe that Artisha is talking against Geno Smith when he was tied with the Jets.
I did say where he started from, didn't I? You did hear that part I said.
So that's Coach Julius Hall. It's like, why is she slandered? So that way he said, I can slander the Jets all I want. Now that's what he said. I didn't say. So I'm just saying. So
whatever.
So we gonna throw this out there. What's next for Pete?
Well, Pete gonna be like we gonna be in a commercial in a minute.
Yeah, that what I meant. Yeah, that what I meant too. We're gonna go to a commercial, then come back. And what's next for Pete? That's what I'm looking. But I just got thrown off by Coach Tisha when she had said that about Gino. I'm like, wait a minute.
was horrible when we
And
had
then,
it. Go to commercial.
and then when I went and read Coach Julius Hall mind, but he was saying about how you turned on the Jets. He like you might not be a real fan of the Jets, but we're gonna go to a commercial because sports reporters.
The way he was playing, Bill
Then we would have
Parcells,
kept him.
I mean, Rex Ryan would still have a job.
Exactly.
If Gino was playing the way he's playing, the way he played with Seattle, Rex Ryan would still have a job.
Wow. These New Yorkers won't even let us go to a break. They so touchy, so sensitive about that. Wow.
You right back.
Got a contract.
It don't matter. It's the goal sign.
Again, the New Yorkers are still on it. The New Yorkers, they ain't let up. They didn't even take a break. But this is Ebony Sports Reporters. We got Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz, Coach Stud, Coach Julius Hall. We say support our advertisers. That is Davis Johnson, Bozeman Law Firm, Statesboro, Savannah, Atlanta have offices. One Price Cleaners at the Farmers Market in Garden City, Georgia. Kim's Cafe, 714 MLK Junior Boulevard. Shepherd Food and Gas on Styles and Gwinnett Street. And we are back. And we now still on the West Coast. We're in the Northwest. And we're going to say, what is the future for Pete Carroll? Because it appears he ain't trying to give up on coaching, even though he's going to be an advisor. So, Coach Stud.
Well, they just removed him from being a head coach. They still keeping him in the organization. But I know he want to be able to roam the sidelines. But at least that's not going to happen right now. I think he accept that for a little while, but if something else come open, I think he will start out with them and take another job. I think he still wants to coach, like Coach Tisha said, he just wouldn't lead the field. Yeah.
All right. Coach Julius Hall.
Well, Alabama open.
See?
Shit.
I agree.
I mean, you know, he gonna go wherever the money takes him at.
That's right.
You know, I would. It's all about money. The people show you there ain't no loyalty and they don't love you. So, you know, you can't love the company that you work for because the company is incapable of loving you back. You know, so you can only love what you're doing, and it's about height. You know, take Deion, and Deion ain't leaving though.
You was listening to our conversation.
That's what happened. That's exactly what we was talking about.
Deion ain't gonna leave because Deion gonna figure, you know, they ain't gonna take Deion anyway. It would be a great fit for Alabama because of all the hype. Just think about it. The stands will be black. All that, you know. but right now they're not gonna take Deion. It ain't the time for Deion. Just got that Colorado, and he want to prove something over there first.
Thank you.
All right, Coach Fritz, Coach Tisha.
I agree with Julius. He don't agree. That's what we were talking about. I feel like yes, he could either between Deion and Pete Carroll, either one of them would be a good fit for Alabama because it's going to have to be someone on that level. It can't just be anybody. They're not going to take them.
Right.
This is one of the times I'm going to say this. I agree with Julius Hall because Deion already got the contract. You know what I'm saying? He already got his contract. He already got the buzz. He already got people committing to him.
It don't matter. Money talk.
maybe after the next year, he'll be like, "See you later. The money will talk."
I still feel like the door could still be cracked.
Okay. All right. Well, this is going to be a sensitive matter right here. And I've already seen how the New Yorkers are functioning right now. And we said everyone share their share. That is going to be an issue. We now got to move on because you got athletes, retired athletes who are now crying, who are sad, who are despondent. They're feeling, they can't handle it. They're like, hey, he is a GM. He's a GM who knows how to negotiate. And he's also the greatest head coach of all time. This is what they're saying about Bill Belichick. But New York has got an issue with him because he signed to be the coach for the Jets and then left just a half a day later. He left.
You really bring that part up?
Excuse
Out of
me.
all the other teams,
I made a mistake. It wasn't a half a day. It was a half an hour later. He then left the Jets and went on New England. But so, Coach Tisha, Coach Frizz, Bill Belichick, what's your thoughts? I know there's some sensitivity going on. I just read Julius Hall mine again. Julius Hall said Jamal should have never put that up because he know they're traumatized by that. But that wasn't me. Julius Hall said that.
Belichick is nothing without Brady. Yeah, he done brought on them other people from college days and some of them other teams and what was it, the Browns? Yeah. That was in his younger days. What can you do for me now? They should have got rid of him. Now, they all, he's such a nice person, don't let the TV, ruin the persona that he showed. Oh, yeah, okay. I called one of his players recently just saying that he tried to have a conversation with him and Belichick looked at him like, who is this kid? This kid is on your team and you don't even know who he is? So I'm sorry. I have no love for Belichick and he needs to stay retired.
Okay.
He's gonna be a commentator because most of the great coaches, wind up going there to be commentators. Bill Cowher, Jimmy Johnson. So he'll land with somebody that needs,
I don't think so.
A commentator.
I think his ego is too big for that. Guess
what might happen? Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, they'll be right there. Comment, yeah, on Fox. So, Coach Julius Hall, since you got a million thoughts about the Jets' anger towards Bill Belichick that you've been thinking about, go ahead, Coach Julius Hall.
This is my opinion, I never thought that he was the greatest coach of all time. Anybody can win if you got Michael Jordan on your team. The greatest coaches can inspire the mediocre athletes to be great. And if he was the greatest coach, see, you can say the greatest of all time when you talk to a person about their own skill set. Barry Bonds hitting the ball, Hank Aaron hitting the ball, Michael Jordan, O.J. Simpson, Barry Sanders. Those people put their skills in it. Now, here it is. Let's say the greatest coach. You talking about Bill Belichick being the greatest coach, then there's nothing for him to do but use his mind and his heart and passion to motivate those players. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing for him to do but continue to do the exact same thing. So why can't he do it now? Why can't he do it now? So that means he ain't the greatest of all time. He ain't the greatest coach ever.
Why
can't he inspire these players to do what he did with 6 Super Bowls?
Okay.
I just read Coach Tisha's mind, and she was like, hell yeah, Julius Hall. Hell yeah. I finally agree with you. It wasn't me. That's what she said.
Whatever.
He wasn't the greatest coach. He got caught with Spygate. He got caught with deflating the ball. He got caught with a lot of different cheating stuff, and he tried to put it on Tom Brady. That's why Tom Brady said, okay, let's see how good of a coach you are when I leave.
But it is Coach Stud's turn right now, actually.
My bad.
I'm not going to be long. I concur with what Coach Hall said. I never felt that he was the greatest coach. He had Tom Brady. Right. But I do see him going in the commentator. Somebody may still feel that he's got a little something to hire him as a consultant, but I don't think he'll ever get a head coaching job. Not on the NFL level.
Well, people are saying that Arthur Blank wants a winner in Atlanta, said Arthur Blank, and saying that you're looking at the boy Justin Herbert out in Los Angeles. So they're saying that because he just need 15 more wins. Coach Stud. Now it's not me, Coach Stud, but Coach Teacher just said, "Oh, Coach Stud don't want him to surpass Don Shula because it's a Florida thing." That's what she was saying. She wouldn't say it's a Florida thing. Wasn't me. She said it's a Florida thing.
Listen, Belichick is not going up there.
I don't know if it's designed for them to let him pass that.
I don't, and that's why I said, no, I don't think he's gonna go anywhere because if he don't win wherever he goes, that's gonna be worse on him than taking the L that he's taking now. Just take it now. 71, go home, go fishing, do something, but don't be a coach no more. And I really don't foresee him being. He's not personable enough to be a commentator. That man barely speaks above a whisper.
Right. You're right.
He ain't about to be no commentator, and he's not going to ruin his. He's not going to let his ego let him go to another team. And where he gonna go to? Where Herbert is? Other than that, where else he going? They got a good quarterback that's really ready to win now. He's not gonna do that to himself. I don't think his ego will let him.
Well, there's a combination that might work. Justin Fields goes to Atlanta. He goes to Atlanta, and then he goes there and win. You know, just mine. Go ahead, Fritz.
No, Justin Fields is a great look for Atlanta.
Yes.
I would. I don't know if I want Belichick to be there, but it would definitely be good for Justin to be there.
And this is on behalf of Julius Hall's God's daddy uncle, Bill Belichick. We love you, Bill. We are not agreeing. That is merely an opinion of Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz, and Coach Julius Hall with regard to Bill Belichick. We are down with you. Julius Hall's God daddy's uncle. But now we can move on to Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel, part of the Black Monday, Black Tuesday, Black Wednesday, Black Thursday. Tennessee Titans. What's up with that? Coach Stud.
Well, I knew that was coming, but I would like to see the Jaguars bring him in to run their defense. But somebody's gonna hire Mike Vrabel as another head coach. Mike Vrabel is a coach, and he's gonna get the best out of his players, and he's gonna get them to a level to be competitive in the NFL. But I'm hoping the Jaguars can call him up and say, "Hey, come run our defense down here." I don't like what they did, but since they've done it, we got to get somebody else in there.
Okay. All right. Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz.
We were shocked.
Yeah, we were shocked him
We
getting
were
fired.
shocked.
But like Coach Stud said before, the owners just want wins. But you can't get wins once you trade away A.J. Brown, and then Tannehill gets hurt. You don't have another wide receiver, and you keep giving the ball to Derrick Henry. Everybody knows what you're going to do.
But firing him, it wasn't his fault. Y'all lost.
Mm-mm.
You got rid of all his playmakers even before he had a chance to really get the team where he needed to be. I feel like the owners don't know enough about the game that they own. Like, why would you get rid of him? It's not like he was bad. What lenses are y'all looking at the game itself through? You can't just be looking through, I want to win, if you don't have the pieces or allowing him, the coach, to put the pieces in the right places. They're saying on the news that he wanted more control. And when he asked for more control, they was like, "Oh, you want more control? All right, see you later." Now he needs to go to Atlanta and take Justin Fields there. And that would be a great look.
Okay. Coach Julius Hall.
Well, these coaches are all recyclable. That's all the NFL does to their coaches, except for when you are a black coach. But they recycle you. You get 4 and 5 tries in the NFL, and in the NBA seems. But he'll land somewhere else because he's a football-minded coach. You know, he's not one of the what those two brothers named out of New York basketball, the Van Gundys. He's not the Van Gundys. You know? So, yeah. So, but yeah, he'll end up somewhere else. Where I don't know. Atlanta would be a good fit for him, but Atlanta needs somebody there who understands that your quarterback is everything. You can't go with Justin Ritter. Ritter was some garbage. Heineke or whatever his name is, Heineke was some more garbage. I could have did what they did. You know, anybody could lose a game. You know, so you know, Arthur Blank saw that. I saw that. Me and Arthur talked, and now Arthur said he had to get rid of Arthur. Yeah.
And Arthur is Julia's stepmother's cousin.
Yeah.
I was surprised Atlanta took Heineke. I'm like, y'all didn't see how he played for the Commanders? Like, what? You could have kept the little boy you had versus getting him.
Yeah, Mariota or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought they should have built on him.
Exactly.
Never gave Mariota an opportunity to really progress.
The same thing they doing with Justin Fields, and that's why I want him to leave. I mean, it's going to be unfortunate for whoever this first round pick is, but they're going to waste his talent like they're doing Justin Fields. You want to blame him, but you don't want to give him an offensive line that he could really work with.
Offensive coach.
So it's going to be real interesting this next football season.
Well, what we're going to do now, we're going to go to the commercial and come back and deal with some more coaching and coaches changes. So we're going to go to a commercial, come back. This is Ebony Sports Reporters. We say share, share, share. We'll see you again. We got Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz, Coach Stud, Coach Julius Hall. Coach Tisha, Coach Stud. We are all in the house.
Yo.
Oh, Jesus.
Yo. Oh my God. And you know the funny thing? And you know the funny thing is?
You got that?
I was thinking about doing that. And I said no, because Julius Hall, that's a frenzy he's gonna have. So I wouldn't give him that freebie.
Yeah. Yeah.
The opinions of Julius Hall.
It's not the opinion of who? You?
The urban.
I just figured I'd jinx him a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Hold on. Let me go get the Chiefs sweatshirt. Hold on.
Okay.
I will be calling you.
I say, let me jinx them a little bit here.
I will be calling you.
It don't need much to jinx them.
Yeah. Yeah, you call me as soon as the game over. Don't take your phone off the hook when you lose.
Show him. He ain't gonna want to talk to nobody.
Oh, Jamal. Who the Jets play Saturday?
Wow. That's what we doing?
They're playing hopscotch.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
Listen, I love all the people that's under disguise or the down low. So you technically
they're playing hopscotch.
I'm happy for that.
Yeah, you see it.
Don't
This cry about it. You see it.
This one right here rooted for the Cowboys.
Only because I bet it. That's the only reason.
Man, I wish I would have taped it. Go Cowboys! I was like, oh man, I missed that.
And
He was involved.
that is why Spider T will be joining us, because Spider T called me he had to let me know about the Cowboys. I said, listen here, Spider T, my boy. I said, hey, we just gonna have you come on the show, and we just gonna give y'all a cowboy moment. Hail the Cowboys, because all
You
y'all.
see why his phone ain't working.
Y'all all going crazy. Y'all all going crazy right now. So, but we're gonna move on to something else. But Spider T also, he understands respect and a part of Raider Nation. So that's why, again, we not come to this right here. Raider Nation. Antonio Pierce, Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz. What's your thoughts, the present and future for Antonio Pierce?
He needs to be their coach.
Yeah, I think they should hire him.
Go through the preliminary, do all the things that the Rooney Rule tells you to do, but at the end of the day,
hire him.
You need to hire him.
He was a leader of men. He just, if he had probably 2-3 more games, he probably would have had that team on a winning streak or winning
record.
Culture. Culture.
Don't
winning.
Keep making the same mistakes you've been making for the last how many years with these coaches? Stick with what you know is working. Allow the man to build the team how he wants to build it. Then move on to somebody else. But I don't know. I can't even call it right now.
Because Stubb, I'm a quote you on things. Antonio Pierce looked like he's a leader of men. So the way he had the team playing and they were rooting for him and they want him back, that says a lot about a coach and about how he's coaching, how the people gravitate to him.
Because even in some of their interviews now, they're saying that he would be their choice.
All right. So, Coach Stud, some people are saying that Antonio would be good, but now that the door's open with regards to Bill Belichick, because nobody had looked at that, they say, hey, so what do you think is the future for Antonio Pierce in the future and the present?
The Las Vegas Raiders should have hired him right after the last game of the season. Announced that he's going to move the intern from in front of his name. The team is responding to him. He's motivating them. He's getting the best out of them. They're reaching their maximum play potential with Antonio Pierce at the helm. That'll be the biggest mistake that the franchise has made if they don't hire him as their next head coach. They can go through the formats, do some interviews, but this is their guy. Had I been on, I'd have hired him right after the last game because like Coach Fritz say, give him 2 or 3 more games, he might have put him in the postseason.
For sure.
All right.
Josh McDaniels, the team just wasn't responding to it. He had a bit more control of the team. I'm sorry. He had a bit more control of the team there in Las Vegas I did from right here in Jacksonville, Florida. He just I'm done though.
All right. Cowboy numero uno fan, Julius Hall.
Well, I think they should go ahead and hire him also. It's a consensus on the whole panel. It's just we need those opportunities just like everybody else. We show how good we are, and then they still overlook us a whole lot. Mm-hmm. But I think that he's shown who he is and what he can do, and they need to just reward him for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
If they do, you know what that would give the Raiders? A black GM, a black football operations, and a black head coach.
Yep. Ooh. I mean, because they got him in the helm.
And the Raiders have been known to set the trend like that. So they've been known to set the trend. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, my God. Oh my God. The next subject matter. Oh, my God. Why would we start with Coach Julius Hall on this next subject matter? Oh, my God. Eric B. Enemy. Oh, my God. With the Kansas City Chiefs. No, he's not with Kansas City anymore. Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. Eric B. Enemy, President Future, Coach Julius Hall.
See, y'all keep thinking that it was Bieniemy that was doing all that. It was a combination of things. Mahomes had those weapons there. All those weapons are now gone. I don't give a damn. Bieniemy and his brother and his daddy was there.
You tell me
they couldn't have did nothing without the weapons. Man, the enemy could have called 1,000 great plays, and it wouldn't have did nothing. So it wasn't the enemy that was sparking the Kansas City offense. It was the players. So Kansas City, just like the Atlanta Braves, they got rid of everything that was great for them. Everything that was great for them. They let it go. And how you going to keep building a team when you letting your best players go? No. The enemy, he'll be all right. Let him go wherever he's going. You might want him in Atlanta.
And reading the minds of Coach Tisha, she's like, wow, Coach Hall is a little touchy right there. A little touchy, a little sensitive. So go ahead, Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz, y'all got it.
I think the enemy played a major part, and it's showing. You telling me because of 2 players they not winning?
Yeah.
Then they
should Tom Brady off the field. That's one player. Take Tom Brady off the field for Tampa Bay. They don't win no Super Bowls.
I think the Commanders need to go on and let Bieniemy have that position and get rid of them little crybabies that he got on his team and get him some real kids that's out there willing to play, because he was no harder on them than he was on Kansas City team when he was there, the coordinator over there. So, I think he deserves a position, even though we don't hear his name all of a sudden.
We're never going to hear his name, but Washington should do it the justice and hire him. Their offense improved
a lot.
It's just that he got crybabies. They're saying he's working them too hard. I've never heard a player say he's working me too hard. Like, you don't want to be. That's a player that don't want to be great. So that's a player that you have to get rid of, because that's a cancer in the locker room. So
then you have the head coach co-signing it. They said you're too hard on us. You mean us that's got what was their record at the time? Like 3 and dude, you're like 3 and 8. And you talking about he working us too hard? Come on.
All right. Coach Stud.
Eric Bieniemy is one of the best offensive minds in the NFL. You're gonna score some points with Eric Bieniemy as the offensive coordinator. Look at Kansas City point total this year opposed to when Eric Bieniemy was there.
That's right.
The Washington Commanders were scoring points. They just couldn't stop the opposing team.
Right.
Now, the last game against the Cowboys, they had to basically just toss the towel in. They hadn't gave up on the head coach and turned on him and on the organization. They were just playing that game out to get that last paycheck. I would like to see him get a shot at being the head coach there. He's gonna whoop them in this being physical. You got to be physical. This is football. Ain't no thing is working us too hard. You got to get that in if you want to be able to perform and play this game at a high level. I would like to see them hire him on as it's not being mentioned. It's not being mentioned, but I would like to see them hire him as their next head coach.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So we now move on. We're going, because again, this is heavily laid into all the audience. This is football. NFL has basically taken over. College football has taken over. Normally it has not been like, but that's now coming to trend. So, Coach Stud, Eric Spoelstra, use an example. He got big dollars. If you're going to say, look at Miami, he's treated him, and look at his situation with Bill Belichick. How you feel about all this right from Spoelstra on?
Eric Spoelstra was handpicked by maybe the greatest coach to coach the game, Pat Riley. And he wanted him to be his successor as the head coach. Now, he knew he was bringing in a guy that was going to get this team to play at a high level. It just wasn't because of he was his mentor. He knew what this Miami Heat organization was getting with Eric Spoelstra as a head coach. And Eric Spoelstra have proved him to be right and worthy of that big contract that they gave him. Belichick, we already talked about it. The organization just not winning. And Robert Kraft not going to have that. He want to sit up in them high-dollar sweeps, with his buddy and his ball club out there performing at a high level. And he just wasn't getting that. I mean, the New England Patriots just wasn't even scoring any points. They couldn't score. You just can't. You got to have defense, but you got to be able to score points in the National Football League. It just been a disaster for the last 2 or 3 years.
Okay. Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz.
Eric Spoelstra getting his contract was well deserved. He's a very great coach. He doesn't have a lot of superstars on his team, but he gets the team to play championship basketball. And Pat Riley did groom him, but just to watch him, he has Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero. He had a squad that left. They couldn't pay everybody, so they pretty much 3-4 people left. They like fourth in the NBA right now, and they are playing lights out. They just beating who they're supposed to beat. You got 3-4 people. They know how to. They got great scouts. They know how to pick their players that fits their culture, the winning Miami culture.
He is Pat Riley. I mean, what are you talking about? Pat Riley has been grooming this man since he was 9 years old. So he has mimicked whatever comes out of Pat Riley's mouth is like gold. So he's sucking it all in and critiquing it however he can to get it to work for the both of them, to work for the team. If they didn't give him his money, who else they was gonna go get? You know, Pat Riley don't do the talk back. You ain't gonna say, "Oh, but I want to do it this way." He gonna no. this you figure out how to make this way work for you, because this is how I want it to work. That's Pat Riley.
Now Bill Belichick,
Oh,
Robert Kraft had to get rid of him because I think he realized his name. Bill Belichick know his name is on that list. You know, with
Belichick should have never been the GM.
With Epstein, so his name is on the list. So he's like this, I got to cut my losses in there. He's like,
they should have never let Belichick be the GM. Once you get a defensive coordinator to work as an offensive coordinator with a rookie freaking quarterback, and you don't see that that's a problem, you should have been gone. Okay.
Coach Julius Hall.
Somebody had Deion say, "Play my theme music." Listen, really, what are y'all smoking? Pat Riley had talent on every damn team he had. I could have won with Pat Riley team. Pat Riley ain't all that. Eric Spoelstra is the biggest pay jump in the history of working on a job. This was the ball boy, the video photographer. Now he's a head coach at $120 million. Y'all own some. Y'all smoking something? Eric Spoelstra ain't no damn Pat Riley. Anybody could win with some talent. I could did what Bill Belichick did. I could have did what Pat Riley did or Phil Jackson did. Give me that talent. No. This is the where the hell is Eric Spoelstra? We didn't even know. He was the video guy. He was the $120 million. I mean, I ain't hating on him. Get your money, boy. But still, go Cowboys.
Julius. Where are my guys? Where's Coach Bernard Brown? Where's Mr. McCall? Killing me.
I don't know where they at. I don't know where Bernard at. He supposed to be here. He probably is.
McCall. I'm waiting for McCall to get on the thing.
So we're gonna go past Black Monday because we've done some of that. So we gotta come to this right here. Woo! Michigan and Washington. Coach Julius Hall.
Michigan and Washington. I had this game being way closer than it was. For some reason, Washington didn't come to block. I didn't say they ain't came to play. They just didn't come to block.
Okay.
The difference between the number 1 team and the number 50th team in the country is a missed block. And believe me, they did not block. That boy was under pressure the whole night. He didn't have time to set up the throw to his number one receiver. And when he did get time, you saw that he should have been beating him every time he was overthrowing him. Every time. That was not the game. I thought that I blame everything on Auburn. Auburn is the reason why we had what we had this year. Michigan ought to thank Auburn, because if Auburn wouldn't let Alabama beat them on that last second play, then it didn't matter whether Alabama beat Georgia. Georgia would have still been in the top 4. Georgia would have beat Michigan, I think.
All right. So what you think? So we now come to this. Woo! Jim Harbaugh's future. What's the future of Jim Harbaugh? Coach Julius Hall.
Well, I think he's gonna stay right there. Matter of fact, I think they're gonna give him a pay raise.
Didn't they just offer him $150 million?
You know, I don't think he's going nowhere. They want him to be that guy. I mean, ain't no difference to me between Michigan and Alabama. Ain't no difference. Michigan, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, USC. Those are those top teams in the whole country that everybody always look at as being the teams. Used to be Nebraska and Oklahoma and Florida State back in the day, but those teams there ever since I was a little boy. So I don't know where Harbaugh gonna do, or what he's gonna do, but they're not gonna get rid of him. Who would get rid of somebody who's bringing you that? Because of pressure. Everybody is in the Donald Trump mentality now. I don't care. You know? So, yeah.
All right. Coach Chris. Woo! Michigan, Washington. Woo! Jim Harbaugh.
Those can't.
I don't think they have to get rid of him. I think he's gonna leave. I think he got what he wanted. They already offered him money and he hasn't accepted it yet. But now let's remember, now Harbaugh tried to get into the NFL, 2 years ago? And vowed the way he was treated, he would never try again. He don't even have to try now. And they want him. He's still the little brother. Look at the speech he gave about sitting at the little people table. He finally feels like he has arrived. You just got a team to win that hasn't won in 30 years? Oh, he leaving. It's just all about where he gonna go. I think he's gonna go to LA.
Okay.
What you think?
The Chargers would be a good fit for him. He has a young quarterback. I'd be surprised if he left. I'd be surprised if he left because he got the Michigan, being from Michigan, he won a title with Michigan. He has Michigan he has Michigan where he wants.
I don't think it's Michigan. I think it's that what is it, the SEC and that other, what's the other one?
Or
You see, I think it's because of all of that. I don't think it's Michigan per se.
I just hope that the NCAA don't, because they've been going after him like a witch hunt. I hope they don't do something.
No, they
stupid.
haven't closed the case yet. They still going after him.
I hope they don't do something stupid like they did with the Fab Five. That's all I can say.
All right. Okay. Coach Stud. Woo! Michigan and Washington. Woo! Jim Harbaugh.
Well, let me elaborate on the game a little bit. It played out just like I felt it would because I felt Michigan was too physical for Washington in the trenches, right at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And that proved to be the case. Rushing yards, if you can run the football and stop the run, you got a high chance of winning the game. And they were just too physical for Washington. I just didn't see Washington hanging around with this ball club. I just did not see it. Jim Harbaugh, I think he's going to leave and go in the NFL. I think he got what he wanted with all the controversy, his suspensions and everything, and managed to keep the team together and capped it off with a national championship. Something they hadn't done in 30-something years. I think he would go into the NFL. One of the NFL teams is going to take a shot on him.
Okay.
All right.
So now we move on. Ja Morant. Ja Morant is out for the year. Ja Morant will be coming back later on next season. Ja Morant, Coach Stud.
I hate that for John Morant. The team has started to respond and started winning when he came back. But normally when you don't start off in the NBA with the team, for whatever reason, and make a comeback, it seemed to always be some kind of injury bug hit a player. When they don't start that first game of the season and be whether it's a holdout or something else, or suspension, normally it just happens like that. Just a bad break for Ja Morant, man.
And I have to go and say this right now that we know that the New Yorkers will have a little issue because they ain't got nothing to do with the Knicks. But anyway, Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz, Ja Morant.
I'm sad.
That was a bad break for him. Bad break for him. I wanted to see him, get a chance to rewrite the history book and change the narrative on his legacy, because he already started with a negative, the negative vibe, the negative energy. I wanted to see him take a leadership role. So the team did respond to him when he came back. They started winning games.
It just proves that they can't win without him. So he's going to end up getting his money regardless. But I mean, I just think it's obviously unfortunate, but I think he may need this time to reflect. He's still a kid. He's so young that he doesn't even see where he really is at this point in his life. So I think God said, you know what? Sit down for a little while. I want you to watch. I want you to see what I'm trying to give you. And then maybe he'll, this will help him mature a little better. Come into his manhood and realize that them little boys out in the street that you call your friends ain't where it's at.
His game is definitely gonna change now after this injury, because it's like a humbling experience for him.
I will go and say this. Thank God we don't have Coach Bernard Brown here, because then he'll have a story about all this. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you. All right. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. So, Coach Julius Hall, let you tell us this, Ja Morant.
Well, I just found out that he's my fourth cousin, and I'm hoping that he'll be at the reunion, family reunion in July. I just got that. See that name down there? Say Morant down at the bottom. These are Morant, and these are Morants in my family. And I asked them, and they said yes, that's their cousin. Well, it's a long story. I'll find out and I'll let y'all know. Maybe I can get him on the show. But this is my invitation to the family reunion in Somerville, South Carolina in July.
His people were on the outside turn.
You so stupid.
But I was curious when I saw the name, and I asked, and they said yes, and I said, "Oh, okay, I didn't know that." But still, I don't know him, but he's a distant relative. And I'm serious. I heard that from a family member. But anyway, he got hurt, and you knew something was going to happen. The boy is, in my opinion, when I saw him first play, he's one of the great ones that's to come up in this league, and he has the physical abilities to be the next Michael Jordan. He just got to stay healthy and get his mind right. He just ain't focused like Michael Jordan was back then. But that's just my opinion on on Morant right now.
Okay. All right. And so we now come to this right here. Tyrese Halliburton and also Brock Purdy. They go back. They go back to school together, Iowa State. Coach Utah.
Well, woohoo, Iowa State. Yeah. they got two good players, but Brock Purdy. I used to say this all the time. We had a kid back when I was in high school named Troy Alford. Troy was a bad boy. He'd sell cars now. It's one of the Chevy dealerships here in Savannah area. But Troy was a bad boy. You didn't see many white kids that ran the football like that, like Christian McCaffrey ran. Troy Alford ran the ball the same way. He was just a bad boy, very athletic in that position. It takes athleticism to be a great running back. And Brock Purdy, I see sparks of that also because he plays without any caution, and I like his play. I didn't really like the idea that him coming in and taking that spot and being put in that, being kept in that spot. But then I saw how he played, and I agree with it. And Halliburton is on the rise also. So these are some up and coming young athletes that we need to keep our eyes on.
Coach Stud, Tyrese Halliburton, Brock Purdy.
Very surprising. It was two college players that was pretty good on the college level. But I thought at best on the professional level they would be mediocre, both of them. And they really just proved me wrong. They both playing at a high level. And not to speak about, especially Brock Purdy. He's just took off last year, was Mr. Irrelevant. And look where he is now. You never know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz.
I mean, them being friends and colleagues or whatever, okay. I mean, I think they're both very talented, obviously, but I mean,
They formed a bond and a friendship, not knowing they were going to be stars, and they both transcending their particular sport. One is leading a team. They had to give LeBron that championship, but he brought Indiana. Indiana has a different style of play now. Luckily for him that they traded him away from Sacramento so he could shine.
but didn't he get drafted by the Warriors?
No, he got drafted by Sacramento Kings.
Oh, I thought it was the Warriors.
And then that was the one that Stephen A. Smith wanted to go to the Knicks.
Thank God that didn't happen. Oh, sorry.
She's a Net fan. But Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, is relevant. So he who's last will be first. He who's first will be last.
Okay.
You'll be last.
Wow. Okay.
Repping them Cowboys.
And it just so happened that we not come this right here. Jets. What's
Talk
the
about
future
it.
for them and Aaron Rodgers? What's the future? Aaron Rodgers or the Jets? You give us the future, what y'all foresee in your crystal ball. Coach Tisha and Coach Fritz. Oh my God, look how this worked out.
Aaron better figure out New York ain't LA. New York is not like no other state. We don't tiptoe. You get it real raw here. So he's learning that.
We want performance. We're hardworking people.
Yeah, we don't. Oh my God, he's a celebrity. That's not New York.
No.
You here to play. You here to do a job. All that other cute shit you doing.
Could do that.
You ain't got time for that.
Zach Wilson, he'll be gone.
Yeah, I think Zach is out.
I would love for them to get Justin Fields.
I would too now.
That'd
be a great look for us, but
they're gonna need a younger quarterback, somebody that's gonna listen.
And they need somebody good that is ready to play, is not afraid to get hit, can step out of the pocket every now and again to see that open, But I think if Aaron realizes that he's gonna have to change himself personally in order to to really be a good quarterback for a New York team.
Okay. All right. Coach Julius Hall.
Who the Jets playing this week? Oh,
Hopscotch.
hopscotch. That's who they playing. The Jets has a good defense. And if Aaron can come back and be healthy, they might can win a couple of games. I'm not going to blame it all on the quarterback because the same line that didn't block for this quarterback ain't going to block for Aaron Rodgers either. So it remains to be seen. I saw him on the Pat McAfee show the other day, and just think about it, a kicker got his own show, and this is one of the biggest shows in sports.
Okay. Exactly.
But
$85 million.
There you go.
he what?
$85 million.
$85 million.
That's how much he made?
That's how much he makes
Making.
to be on ESPN.
Wow.
And they give Aaron
And he
Rodgers
was giving Aaron Rodgers $1 million
Oh, yeah.
a week
Mm-hmm.
to show up.
Yep.
for one day.
Every Tuesday. That's right. $1 million every Tuesday.
Wow.
Tuesday with Aaron. Yeah.
See,
Wow.
Julius is saying, Julius like, wow, he probably wear the Jets sweatshirt and everything for $1 million to go on the show.
Wow. No wonder Aaron stayed on this so damn long.
Exactly.
Yeah, but Aaron talked plenty of noise on that show the other day. And yeah, it's it just remains to be seen for the Jets. We'll see. Y'all might can shut me up next year. Right now, I'm just hating on the Cowboys.
Hey, Coach Stud. What do you
The
see?
Jets got a good defense. The problem with the New York Jets was the offensive line. Aaron Rodgers not going to go for that offensive line not protecting him. This just his style of play, and he going to get up in their face, and he going to tell them, hey, look here, you got to sustain these blocks. Aaron Rodgers got about 2 more good years than him. Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback. Can see the field and can dissect it. He would stand back there and gun you down, boy. Aaron Rodgers, great quarterback. I like Aaron Rodgers. If he could get out of that thing with Jimmy Kimball and get focused on return, getting help and returning like to the new coach.
Exactly.
What you say,
McAfee
Coach
fired
T?
him. McAfee fired him the other day because he wouldn't apologize to Jimmy Kimball. So he fired him.
Okay.
Well, they didn't say they were fired. They won't bring him back on. That's what they said. I don't know. Them New Yorkers always be so harsh like that. They say they just not gonna bring him back.
The
on.
news in New York says
But he's
McAfee hired him and McAfee fired him. Is how it's.
What did he do to Jimmy Kimmel?
He talked about Jimmy. Said
on
that,
the list.
that he alluded to it, but Aaron spent a long time on the Pat McAfee show on Tuesday, going on into all the stuff, attacking Fauci and all of that.
Right, I saw that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
New York don't want that. That's why I said you're not here for that. You are here to play. All that other stuff, we don't want to hear about that. Stay focused. Heal that disease up.
All right. So we're down to our last 11 minutes, and we're gonna just roll right into this Justin Fields. What do you see as Justin Fields' future? What do you see as Justin Fields' future? Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz.
Where I would like to see him
Where?
is in Atlanta. I would like to see Russell Wilson in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
I think Atlanta would be a good look. You disagree?
Him in Atlanta or him in Pittsburgh? Tomlin needed a better quarterback. I think they stayed too long on Ben Roethlisberger, but if he had a young stud quarterback that could run just like Justin Fields, that would be phenomenal. You know, he made a comment about the offensive coordinators, and all of them were let go, and they didn't look at his potential. Justin Fields got a lot of potential.
Remember when they made him apologize for all the talk he said about the offensive line, and he had to come back and kind of clean it up a little bit? Well, why'd y'all get rid of everybody if he wasn't right? So obviously there was something going on that he felt they weren't doing right by him. But
They kept the coach, so let's see how that goes for him. Because they got the number 1 pick and
they got 2 picks.
They got the number 10th pick, I believe.
First and 10.
So they got 2 picks. Let's see if they give him some weapons.
All right. So Coach Stud.
The Chicago Bears are smart. They would keep Justin Fields. It would be a great fit for him in Atlanta. He's out of Kennesaw, Georgia. They would definitely feel a sellout. Hometown boy, and he will excel there. Be another version of Michael Vick coming up. But the Chicago Bears, in my opinion, should keep him and build around him. Get him a few more weapons, and the team is just right there. They just got to tighten up on both sides of the ball a little bit, and they'll be fine. But if they deal him away, Coach Tisha is about money now. That's right. Yeah, but I would like to see him in Atlanta. I really would.
Okay. All right. And so now we come to this right here. Wild card predictions. Wild card predictions. Wild card predictions. And go to Coach Stud. Wild card predictions.
Okay, let's start with I think the first game is going to be Cleveland at Houston. I like Cleveland to get the win. Man. The next game I think we got, is it Miami at Pittsburgh? Miami at Kansas City.
Kansas City, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like Kansas City to get it going. Then on Sunday, we got Pittsburgh at Buffalo. I like Buffalo. Then our next game, who we have next? Coach Hall, who we have next?
You have Detroit and the Raiders. I mean, Detroit and the Rams.
So Detroit and LA
Rams, yes.
And the Rams. I like Detroit. And the next one, Coach Chris?
Philly and Tampa.
Green Bay at Dallas. That's Monday. Let's go with Green Bay and Dallas. I like Monday. Dallas. And Philly at Tampa. I like Tampa Bay. In a mile upset.
Wow.
Okay.
Philly on the team. Philly's one of them teams like the Jag. They're underdog. They're 2.5 point underdog. Tampa Bay is. Philly's favored on the road. Philly's one of the teams like the Jaguars. They declining at the wrong time. They just not playing the good football at the latter part of the season. It caught up with the Jaguars and they couldn't get in. Just couldn't get past Tennessee. Philly's going. It's sliding at the wrong time. I look for them to be one and done Monday night.
That would be heartbreaking.
Coach Julius Hall, we just got 6 more minutes left.
Yeah, we got 6 minutes, and I'm gonna be real fast.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but them New Yorkers just. But yeah, go ahead. You can go ahead and hit Justin Fields too, and do your predictions.
Well, Justin Fields to Atlanta. Hopefully, Chicago will be smart to keep him. I wasn't gonna say nothing about that anyway, but I was going to agree with Coach.
You had already said something about it before, but yeah.
Yeah. Houston in a mile upset. Houston to beat Cleveland. Miami gonna beat Kansas City because it ain't about to be enemy. Buffalo gonna beat Pittsburgh. Detroit gonna beat the Rams. Green Bay will beat Dallas, and Philly will beat Tampa Bay.
Okay. All right. And so we now come to Coach Fritz, Coach Tisha.
Well, I say Houston.
I'll say Cleveland.
I don't think Miami gonna win because they got 6 or 8 people out. They're not winning. So Kansas City is probably gonna win. Dallas is not gonna win. Green Bay is definitely gonna win.
Dallas is gonna win.
And
Pittsburgh I think he's gonna win.
I don't know. I
Oh no,
think
my bad.
I think if Josh played like he been playing these last couple of games,
TJ Watt is out. My bad.
he
If
may
TJ
pull
Watt
it off.
was there, I would have took Pittsburgh.
And I think Philly better win. They better not let Tampa Bay beat them.
Now, the Rams going to Detroit, and you let Matthew Stafford go. He's gonna come back home.
Yeah,
and have the crowd going crazy for him, and then
I think
torch
Detroit,
them.
Yeah, I think they're
and
gonna
torch
win.
them. And torch them. And
But
that's my
speaking
pick.
of Philly, right quick, you see they talking about the offensive coordinator trying out for one of these head coaching jobs. Do you know that would be his 5th new offensive coordinator between his college years and his NFL years, and everybody's talking about he not playing good? Oh, okay.
Okay. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna go ahead because we had just we forgot who's on the hot seat, playoff hot seats. But you ain't gotta go through all of them. We just gonna say who's on it. Is it the Cowboys, the Chiefs, the Eagles, the Lions, Miami, Steelers? Who got the playoff hot seat? That's Coach Tisha, Coach Rich. Who on that playoff hot seat? Who
Kansas
behind?
City.
Who?
Kansas City.
All right.
If Kansas City don't make it, you don't think they on the hot seat?
Yeah, it's Kansas City.
Come on, they definitely on the hot seat.
All right. Coach Stud, who's on the playoff hot seat?
Dallas Cowboys.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, look at
Coach Julius Hall, who's on the playoff hot seat?
Call me again.
Mike McCarthy.
Hang up.
All right. Okay. All right. We got you. Okay. And so, are there any dark horses? Any dark horses that you see in the playoffs? Any dark horses in the playoffs? Coach Julius Hall.
I'm gonna take one of them long shots, bet $1 and win $1 million. Miami win the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz. Wow.
Miami's definitely not gonna make it. They got too many people that are hurt. That it's a wrap for them. I say the dark horse is Houston.
Okay.
I think Houston will be the shocker for everybody.
Okay. All right. Coach Fritz.
Rams. They playing at the right time. They were all hurt. They all came back and they were playing. They started playing their football, going into the playoff at a high note, at a high level.
But the quarterback missed how many games? These last 2-3 games?
No, he didn't. He
did not play last week.
He did.
No, he didn't. Isn't this his first game back since hurting his hand or something?
No, he was back already.
I got to look it up. But I believe this is his first game back.
No.
I don't think he played last week.
No, he played. He been hitting that the rookie of the year, Puka Nakua. He's been throwing it to him. So this is Lord, it's gonna be different. That's the dark horse for me, because the defense is there, the offensive line is protecting Stafford, and he got 2 wide receivers that he could throw the ball to.
All right. Coach Stud.
Cleveland Browns.
Wow. Now that would be a definite.
I agree with Coach Stud on that. I'm like, that's me. That's the real dog. That's why. Yeah.
Real dog horse.
I'm just
Look, I forgot about that 38-year-old. So yeah, I guess so.
And
yes.
But hold up. So again, so is it like Coach Julius Hall is saying it? Is this some prejudicial stuff going on? Joe Flacco, did he have some affiliation with the Jets, or the Jets somehow? I'm just saying that was Julius Hall was asking. I read it time. That was
Really?
Julius Hall. But so what we're gonna do? We're gonna come to NFL awards. You ain't gotta go through all, but you can throw it on out there. We can. Because we down to we actually the time. But anyway, MVP, offense, defense players of the years, rookies, Also, offensive rookies, defensive rookies, comeback player. Just throughout Coach Stud, we come to you first. We're going to let you hit it with that. Who do you see?
MVP, Lamar Jackson for Baltimore.
Agreed.
Okay, and that's all I have on that. I'm gonna go to the next one.
All right. Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz.
We agree with that one.
We agree with that one.
And
Puka Nacua,
yeah,
rookie
Puka
of the
Nacua for rookie
of the year. Defense, Baltimore. The whole defense for Baltimore. Oh no, my bad. Let me rephrase that. Cleveland, because Cleveland beat the Ravens and they beat the 49ers. So that's gonna be that's the dark horse. Whew. Let's see how that plays out.
Okay. All right. Coach. All right, Coach Julius Hall.
Well, I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson for MVP, but I'm going to give y'all the dark horse MVP. I'm going to wait till the season over and reserve my pick. If Patrick Mahomes take this team to the Super Bowl, then you got to give it to Pat.
He won't. Don't worry.
You thought the Jets were going to the Super Bowl.
That's the violins playing for you.
Who do y'all see as head coach of the year? Coach of the year.
Oh, what's the dude's name? We have to Cleveland.
No, Houston coach.
For the coach of the year. Okay.
Yeah, he
DeMeco Ryans.
DeMeco Ryans, yes.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah. Well,
who do y'all see in the Super Bowl?
We got a couple of shows before that. I'm gonna tell you who the What was that question?
Yeah, it was again. Who's MVP, AFC, NFC, offensive?
No. The last question just now.
Head coach, coach of the year.
Oh, Arthur Smith.
Oh, whoa! And why?
He should get coach of the year. He just saved the team.
He's got a wild card.
He just saved the team. Now they can go and rebuild. Get his ass up out of there. He needs the bin gone. Arthur Smith should be coach of the year.
Okay.
So wait, did you agree with him getting so mad about that last play?
Hell no. Make your defense play. That's your coaching abilities.
I agree.
They supposed to run the score up. They ain't out there to take no pity on you.
They said they wanted that kid to have it because he was getting $1 million for that play.
Right. Yes. So this has been Ebony Sports Reporters. We are back. We're back with you next week. And again, we had Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz, Coach Stud, Coach Julius Hall, and Spider T might try to join us, next week or something like that. Because again, they want to say, "Hail the Cow."
All right.
We'll see y'all next week.
After they take that L.
Good night, Dallas.
Good night, Chiefs. Good night, Philly. Good night, Detroit. This is gonna be a sad time for all your teams lose.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Like that.